When reading a piece of fiction, you are to look for the plot. It is one of the literary elements that describe the structure of the story. It shows how events and actions give rise to the climax and then have an end. It's the exciting part of the story. The very beginning is called the introduction. They normally include the characters and the problem of the story. And then as you go up the triangle, there's rising action. It's conflicts and crises in the story, and they're events that push the story along. The most exciting part of the story is the climax. It's the turning point. And then as the author tries to wrap up the story, that's called the falling action. And at the very end, you have the resolution or the solution, which is tying everything together. There's different types of conflict. You can have character versus character, character versus nature, character versus society, and character versus self. Questions to keep in mind. These are stems that we've taken from past STAR testing. Why are paragraphs maybe 1 and 2 important to the story? If it's asking the beginning of the story, you're looking for answers like it's introducing the characters, it's introducing the problem. What event helps the reader predict? You're looking for some foreshadowing here. Which sentence in the story helps the reader? You have to use evidence in order to prove. One conclusion that can be made about? A conclusion is something that you're thinking about, you're inferring on something happening in the story, maybe how a character's feeling. The author's main purpose for writing this piece of text is the text structure and the point of view. Remember, point of view can be first person if it's told from the perspective of I, or it can be third person, where if I'm talking about myself, I would say, Miss Prochnow would like you to do this. So the narrator is telling the story.